Hello my Pixel people, I am Pixel and welcome to another episode of First Boot. In this episode we are going to be taking a look at Rise of the Triad. Rise of the Triad is basically a reboot of a game which came out back in 1994 or maybe 1995, I can't exactly remember. And that game was an old school arena shooter. Basically you would run around a large maze-like map and try and get to the end, killing stuff, finding secrets and just causing havoc, to be honest. Kind of like Quake, Unreal, Serious Sam, if you played any of those games. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to start off by having a quick look at the options menu. Then we are going to watch the intro cutscene, then jump into the game. And I'll start giving you my honest feedback. There will be no multiplayer in this video. However, I will upload some multiplayer gameplay and a multiplayer impressions once the game is released. And I can actually find some people to play against, because right now, all the servers are empty. I'll quickly show you. So yeah, we've got one which is in America, and this game does not handle ping very well, in all honesty. So I'll go into that in a multiplayer video separately. But right now, we're going to have a quick look at the options menu, and you will see that on controls, you can remap everything, including your mouse sensitivity, and for once, this is a game where the mouse sensitivity isn't too high. If you lower it down to minimum, you'll hardly be able to move the mouse at 800 or 1600 DPI, which is a good thing. A lot of games, especially on the Unreal Engine, seem to have a really high sensitivity, and that can be a pain, but I'm glad to say this doesn't. On the audio options, you have got your master volume, music volume, sound effects volume, voice volume, and classic mode, which I've not tried yet. I might try changing to that in the middle of a game. And on the video settings, we've got HUD fade, HUD scale, field of view, brightness, resolution, and full screen. Don't worry, there is a separate launcher with the game when you boot up the game, basically. Then I just got an achievement for playing in classic mode, the audio. Anyway, in the launcher there is a whole plethora of options, and I mean there's so many graphical options that it will blow your mind, and it's going to take you a long time to figure out what is the most optimal for your system. And there is one of my first complaints, and that is this game now is currently running on medium graphics. There will be a gameplay video playing at the maximum settings, but I'm just putting it out there. I cannot record this game at anything above medium with a playable FPS, so I thought it'd be better just to have a playable FPS and be able to play the game effectively, and then show you some gameplay separately on max settings. And I'll talk more about that once we're in game, but first off, we're going to start a new game. We're going to play normal because I'm going to be walking around showing you bits and bats, and I don't want to keep dying. And this is where you get to select your character. The characters really don't make a massive difference. I think there's some slightly different dialogue and hand models, but apart from that, you can see the speed and the endurance is different. And personally, I prefer to play with a bit more endurance, but for this playthrough, I'm going to play with Ty. Is that how you say it? Ty. And mainly because she's got a massive rack of lemons and a heart tattoo on her cleavage, which is always a good excuse, in my opinion. So we'll begin this. Enjoy what has got to be the worst cutscene in history. Please do enjoy.
San Nicolas Island, 1 year in the future. The UN has proof that a rogue organization known only as the Triad has taken over San Nicolas Island, off the coast of California. The H.U.N.T, high-risk United Nations task force, has been sent in to investigate. This top-secret paramilitary unit has never been called upon. Until now. The Triad has recently claimed responsibility for major terrorist attacks upon several world powers, and the UN has reason to believe they are planning something even bigger. The H.U.N.T cases a military installation. Multiple guard towers, electrified fencing, searchlights, massive firepower. Yeah, I would say this is their base of operations.
Tower Watch. Focus the light on the lagoon. I thought I saw something.
Yes, sir.
Intruders!
Enemy boat spotted in the lagoon! Destroy it and open fire on the ridge!
Damn it.
We've been spotted! Get to cover! Bloody hell, we're pinned down!
Son of a bitch.
Double time it, back to the boat! Was that the boat?
Whoa, let's get the hell out of here.
Shit! Change of plan. We're going to have to infiltrate the base and try to get a message back to HQ.
Here, take this. Remember, you only got one shot with this. Better make it count.
Remember, I don't want you to die for your country. I want you to make the other poor bastard die for his. Let's move!
Well, what can you say about that, really, guys? What is there to really say? I'm going to go out of my way to make a quick defense of the developers for this game right now. And that's by saying that this game was not designed to have a story in mind. It's not that kind of game. It's not heavily story-driven or anything like that at all. It is meant to be just run around and shoot stuff and have fun. So, that being said, I understand that I cannot really criticize the cutscene or the voice acting. However, I can criticize it in one way, and that is why waste time making it if you're going to make something so horrendously bad. I mean, they could have gone for something like Far Cry Blood Dragon or maybe Serious Sam 3, which also doesn't really have a story and it's just stupid. But they did a good job at being stupid, where I think in Rise of the Triad, it just comes across bad. And look, you can get a mission briefing.
A mission briefing? Seriously? You need a mission briefing? Alright. If it moves, kill it.
I think that's just a great example of what I'm trying to say. The game tries to be funny throughout it many different times, and it kind of falls flat on its face. But that being said, that's not what the game's about, really. So let's see how the actual game performs.
The Hunt team is ready for action.
Okay, so I've jumped into the game. This is on medium settings right now. And one thing I want to point out, which I did mention I would point out earlier, is right now I am on 85 FPS on medium settings. But let me just tell you my system specs. I'm running two 680 GTXs in SLI. I'm running a 5.1 GHz hex-core i7 processor, 64 gigs of RAM, and this is installed on SSDs that are in RAID 0. And it's medium settings, and I've got 80 FPS. 80 FPS may seem fine to you guys, but I run on 144 Hz. And one thing I do need to point out is, when you first start the game, you start off locked at 62 FPS. You can unlock the game in the options menu, but when you unlock it, it only unlocks it to 90 FPS. You actually have to go into the INI config files to be able to increase that. So I've got it now so it locks out at 144 FPS. But the truth is, even on low settings, I very rarely get it. And to be honest, I'll explain the rest later. Just bear that in mind, my FPS is quite low. And we turn around right at the start and we go into a little secret.
Check this shit out.
Because this is exactly what these old school games are all about. It's all about being able to run around, shoot stuff, find any secrets that may be around, and collect stuff. And in this case, you're collecting these copper coins right now. And I've gone and got myself a weapon that I wouldn't normally get till later on in the game, which is a SMG, which is very accurate, like all these kind of old school shooters. It has got iron sights, but I wouldn't recommend using the iron sights because look at that from muzzle flash. You can't see anything. I mean, I know that the enemies are supposedly wearing camo, but they camouflage very well. One thing that you need to be careful of in these maps is these little triangles. These are trap buttons, or buttons basically. And for instance, see these spikes on the roof? If I stand on this, so the idea is you just stand on that and run forward without looking and then get spiked to death. Okay, so I've mentioned the graphics and the cheesy humor, and I'm going to point out one thing which I'm warning you right now may be a null problem. And it may be null because of the type of game that it is, and that is the enemy AI. Bear in mind, this game is supposed to feel like an old school arena shooter. So check out the enemies. You see that? You see how they moved? He might come around eventually. They don't take cover, obviously, because it's an arena shooter. Yep, they're still there. Hello. How you doing, lads? So yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I'm going to be running around like a madhead soon. And the enemies won't be putting up much of a fight, rather than just lots of them stood there shooting. The numbers which are popping up are because you actually get a multiplayer if you kill enough enemies at a fast enough pace. Okay, so look, I can get a rocket launcher here and some health if I can get into that door. How do I get into that door? Old school shooter style, look for secret buttons. Small secret area discovered. One thing I'm going to point out before we go any further is that you can rocket jump in this game, like you'd expect with any old school kind of shooter. And it takes you to some secrets and all that good jazz. Worst explosive barrels in the world. And from this point forward, well, not this point forward, but in this next room, I'm actually going to play a little bit more serious and try and kill some of the things that are going to try and kill me. So we just want to run around. You've got infinite ammo for your projectile weapons. For your, I say projectile weapons. For your hit scan weapon, should I say. When it comes down to your rockets and stuff, nope. That hole has to be monitored. As you can see in the bottom right hand side, I've currently got, is that 7 shots with this? And you can only carry 1 rocket launcher at a time. So you saw that I picked up a rocket launcher before, which was this one. And it swaps out if I pick up another one. And we have got some North Korean on TV, which we are going to blow up. Yes. They explode with some might. What shot me? Hello, sir. What shot me? I just got shot by something. Oh. Hello, sir. Okay, actually, I remembered something up here. So up here, we've got this button here which will open this gate. And we've got this button here which will open this gate. And I could use that button there to open that gate as well. With this rocket launcher, I've got a little mini TV. And I'm going to kill the things because it's homing. I don't even have to aim. Overpowered, bro. But yeah, it does give you a few options on how to go through the missions. These are jump pads. Okay, I think there's another secret around here. Yep. So collecting all the coins will get you a nice little bonus to the score towards the end. If you've not noticed, guys, there is an awful lot of reuse when it comes down to some of the static meshes that they're using in the game. I don't know if that comes down to the fact that they just didn't have enough time to produce lots of stuff, but it actually feels really overused. I mean, just look how many discs there are in this area, and it tanks your frame rate because these are almost circle. I mean, you can see the edges. They're quite high detailed. So when you stack that many up, that's a lot of polygons on the screen at once, and to be honest, it's quite sloppy game design. It might sound petty, but it's one of those things which adds up to it feeling almost like an inexperienced team of developers. Okay, so we're going to try and get over there to that power up. We'll do that by... Can we try and do that by doing this? Yeah!
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay too. Just miss these. And this is a power-up. There's actually many types of power-ups in the game. This one is, for instance, a Hand of God, which allows you to not take any damage and kill all the things just by clicking. I will point out that this thing tanks your FPS whenever you blow it up next to you, and I think that's because of the particle effects, but it's really annoying. And we are just going to rush through this map. This is the first level, so it's not so important. We're just going to rush through using this power-up now. And I'm sure you've noticed the amount of those gravity pads that they've got lying around in this game. Absolutely loads. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that maybe, just maybe, they never had the resources to produce all the assets they was hoping to. And there we go, to the end of a level. That was a ranking of 2 stars because we missed an awful lot of the secrets. Our time wasn't amazing. And we didn't kill a lot of enemies. But we did okay. We did okay. What we'll do is just... No, we'll continue. We'll continue. I was thinking, should I go back and actually do the level properly? But the second level is quite a little bit more difficult. On the harder difficulties, this game is actually really hard. So, if you're after a hard shooter, then you've got that to look forward to at least. So you do start off with the weapons that you had last level. Okay, so... I've tried to be quite positive up until now because the way that you're supposed to review games, or, well, this is a review, but the way you're supposed to criticize games is go positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And the reason why you do that is because you don't want to just pile on a load of negatives right at the start, because then it'll taint the way that people feel about the review or the content up until the end. That's not what I'm aiming for, to be honest. However, it is important to point out that at this point I'm already running out of positive to say about the game, to be honest. Because as cool as it is to be an old school game remade for now, and it's an old school feeling game. And there's not many of these, and a lot of people like this type of game, so it's really cool to see one. I'm crashing into something invisible here. I should be able to jump across there really easily. But my issue is, I don't believe the game's been designed that well. And the way I'm... an example's right here, actually. Right, so, we know we can rocket jump. On my first attempt at this level, I came around here because I saw these silver coins. And I looked up here, and I thought, wow, that looks like I can go in there. This was put here for a reason, right? It looks like stairs. It lets me walk right up. So that must be the reason why it's there. So if I do this... I forgot to jump. So if I do this... or get up here like I did the first time... Hey, look! I'm on the edge of a... I'm not supposed to be here, am I? And... no. No, you are not. And then what happens is you jump off because there's nowhere else to go. You restart from the last checkpoint. It means you start the map again. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because it just shows an issue with the game design itself. And the reason for that is, it's not like I just tried to abuse the game systems to get somewhere like you'd say if I was playing, to be honest, most other games. This game is designed around stuff like rocket jumping, getting around in secret areas. You are incentivized to look and explore. Yet, I can assure you, in the first 4 levels, I have fallen out of the map about 15 to 20 times in different areas. And sure, that must be me. I must be looking too hard in certain areas. But the fact that that's even possible, and later on in this level you will see there's actually points where jumping over a wall which seems stupid like I just did over here, actually takes you to a secret. And just... it's the little things, guys. I'm just not sure that the game was designed all that well. And yeah, flying body parts is kind of cool. I'll give it that. Dang it, messed up that. But don't worry, we'll have some enemies up here if I'll go the right way around. So we'll come up here. Kill you. Press this, get the rocket launcher, which is in this next room.
I'm the Widowmaker.
And these people appeared from nowhere. And there's a guy here. This game is pretty much designed like old school arena shooters when it comes down to you will learn the maps, you will learn where the secrets are, and I think until you've completed the game a couple of times, you're not really going to see the full value of a game like this. And the value in an old school shooter is being able to be really good at it, being able to run through on the hardest difficulty, find every single secret and finish in a decent amount of time. If you use this game kind of like I'm doing right now in this video and just playing the game properly, it kind of starts to fall apart. The AI totally collapses. The weapons feel pretty dull. The graphics are even worse. Let's get up here. I think the thing that I really want to say about this game is, although it was designed to be an old school style shooter, which it is, there's no doubt. That's exactly what it was designed for. It's not really feeling like an old school shooter, it's just feeling old. And I know that sounds silly and it's basically the same thing, right? An old school shooter is supposed to feel old. Wait, if I never had... Oh, I could have jumped over here. An old school shooter, you're going to be saying it's supposed to feel old. But no, it just feels dated. I mean, there's not many games in this genre, which shine out as a great example, but we have had a couple recently which, although aren't perfect, are better than this. And these games include Serious Sam 3. It's fart jokes. So we got Serious Sam 3, we got Painkiller, Hell and Damnation, the HD remake, which is also on the Unreal Engine. However, they seem to have done a much better job. One thing you'll notice is, when I talk about sloppy game design, it's like walking around and getting stuck on tiny little non-ledges. Silly little things like that, which really mess up your movement. I was kind of expecting this game to have a decent movement system, but instead they've just seem to have opted for normal movement system, but you move quite fast. And I don't know, that was a disappointment, to be honest. So let's just kill all the things. No, don't get more men out here. Come on, more men. I can deal with more men. So we just continue to collect all the things. See, I am trying to aim well, it's just the FPS is pretty low. See, this is another thing, right? I know the kind of game that it is, so I see piled up boxes and I'm just urged to climb up them. Really. So does that mean I can jump up here, right? It does, I can climb up here. I've not come up this side before, but obviously this is going to be falling off the map again. And look, invisible wall here, so they can do invisible walls, it just seems like for some unknown reason they choose not to. And this used to happen in the old school games as well, I'm not claiming that it needs to be perfect by any means. So, no. Okay. Shooting gallery. And that's because there's a shooting gallery here. There are little bugs in the game as well, like sometimes the game will just refuse to let you shoot your weapon until you reload. The game is not released, so we don't know if we're going to have a day one patch for stuff like this. But right now it kind of just feels a little bit sloppy at times. And again, they love these gravity discs. Absolutely love them. I mean, there are nice little touches when it comes to the graphical stuff, such as the blood on the actual weapons, the more you use them. And the more gory you get them. But the idea of just collecting weapons... I mean, collecting pickups to get a high score and everything, although it is part of the old school shooter thing, I think this game kind of relies a little bit too heavily on it all, to be honest. I mean...
How's it feel to be a million pieces?
A million pieces? Normally, you would find this kind of stuff in the old school shooters, which are kind of super bonus. The way they set it up in Rise of the Triad is almost like
Let's rock.
Mario coins or Sonic hoops. Just, they're everywhere, and sure, it incentivizes you to find the secrets. But if this was a modern game and it used tactics like this with collectibles, I believe a lot of us would be
I'm the Widowmaker.
accusing this of being artificially lengthening a game. Anyway, I can get up here. Okay, so anything? Nope.
Medic! Medic!
We don't need a medic.
Gas on it! Anything!
Stop being
Do you
soft.
have a band-aid?
Kill all the things. All the things.
Don't shoot!
Right, someone's saying please don't shoot, right? Just me. Okay, we've got some explosive barrels which are gonna cause havoc. This game's got infinite ammo, but it does ask you to reload at some point. Oh. Yep. Don't get caught in a net. Oh, what's shooting me? You? Really? Thank goodness for the HP. You are really annoying, sir. You almost killed me. Okay.
I'm the Widowmaker.
So this button here, I believe, opens this over here. So let's go into another secret, shall we? Is it a secret? Mega secret area discovered. Not so secret if there's loads of people walking around it, to be honest. So in these mega secret areas, it's a basic look for everything and collect everything in it. Oh, and dying in a trap. I start all the way back here from dying inside of a secret. Are you shitting me?
I think I'm okay.
Are you absolutely serious? They're serious. Right, let's play the game like we're supposed to then. Let's just run around and kill absolutely everything.
I'm the Widowmaker.
I think in some respects, I mean, if you was looking for a game like this and you haven't played a game like this and you're watching this video or seen some of the other promotional material, then part of me just thinks that maybe you should go out and get Quake 1 and 2 and maybe the original Unreal.
Fucking A.
Serious Sam, Duke Nukem.
I'm the Widowmaker. Dead.
I don't know if it reaches Duke Nukem Forever levels of bad. I mean, enemy variety, yeah, it does. And graphical, kind of, yeah. It just, Duke Nukem just felt bad from start to finish, and there was very little which kept me interested. But this one, I don't know, kind of feels almost just as bad. I want to go into that secret earlier because I never found that little. What are you doing? Okay. Kill. Ouch. And then shoot these guys up here because my weapon is sillily accurate. Blow up all the things. And then we'll finally go back into our secret area. Okay, so where did I die? Where did I die? I'm being careful now. Was it here? I have no idea of what caused my death. Okay, did I get this far? I must have got this far. Okay, so we're back. I'm confused. I am really confused. Is this the way? Ah, there we go. See, that was not well labeled whatsoever. Oh, so bullshit. So bullshit. Okay, so we're going to finish this level now. We'll play a little bit of the third level, and then I'm going to call the video to an end. I haven't touched on the actual music yet, and that's because, in all honesty, I don't believe that I am the most experienced when it comes to knowing what is decent music in a game.
I think I'm okay.
And that's just me being... What was that? That is just me being completely honest. I know that
I'm red.
if it was classical music or really epic music, then yeah, I can appreciate it. If it's urban music, just this kind of 80s techno electro rock, I don't know. Is this good music? I mean, you can hear it yourself. Personally, I could take it or leave it. It doesn't really affect me either way. But that's just me. Let's get all the things. Catch. Who else is shooting me? Catch. Oh. What? Behind me? Are you serious? They're serious right about now. Die! 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 Okay, they died.
I'm red. Dead.
Okay.
Damn.
Boom!
Medic! Medic!
It's one of the most interesting weapons. If you shoot it... Oh, wow. If you shoot it close to you, it spreads out in a massive flame wall. Like... Which is cool, right? That is cool. Just wish that all the weapons felt that cool. Okay, so where's the exit? Is it down here? I can't remember. Yeah, here's the exit. Got 3 stars for that one, and I was only messing around. Okay, so this is where the game really starts to kick into what the game is supposed to be about, and this might be where you guys could say, you know what, that looks quite cool. For me, personally, no, still don't like it, but we've got to be fair, right? I knew you weren't gonna die. So there's no rocket launcher, you'd have to come back for here. Hello? Anything? Oh, the enemies. The enemies. There's just no feeling in them. And I have to say, my biggest frustration with the game overall is certainly the fact that it just seems to be badly designed when it comes to collision on models. I mean, just walking over these beds is a pain, and walking between them, you get caught quite often. And is that a button that I can press? No. Oh, sexy. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm the Widowmaker.
So, we're just going to run through this level a little bit, just so you get to see how things change up. I mean, this level introduces the key system, which I'm sure you are all used to if you've played any old school arena shooters. For instance, this needs a silver key. And they've been watching too much Matrix and Kim Jong, or whatever his name is.
Let's rock.
These are going to kill me. These have killed me once before, and other times they take 10 HP, so I have no idea. Right. Let's press a button up here. And these are my biggest frustration in the whole game. Truly. Hello, guys. Bye-bye, guys. Who are you shooting? This homing rocket launch is so fun, in all honesty. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I actually find it really fun. So did we pick up the silver key? No, we never. Okay. I think if you was one of the people which was thinking about buying this game, after seeing this video, regardless of what I say, you're already going to know what you're going to do. Even if I've said the game is awful and you really wanted an old school shooter, you're going to go and get it. Bear in mind, I've not mentioned the multiplayer. A separate video will go up for the multiplayer, so if you are new around here, be sure to slap that subscribe button and like the video while you're at it. Second power-up, magic mushrooms.
It's like there's music in everything.
Hey, music in everything. So this is kind of a power down.
No! Please, don't shoot!
I'll shoot you. Who's shooting me? Oh, them. So as you can see, the game does get a fair chunk harder. But it still never feels particularly... Well, not skillful's the wrong word. It just doesn't feel very satisfying, to be honest. Kind of just feels like you stand here and shoot, and if you've got enough HP, you'll live. On harder difficulties, you need to be faster about it. I don't believe there's headshots in the game, which I also think is a shame.
I think I'm okay.
No! Please, don't shoot!
You can stab, it doesn't work very often, like... It's awful. The stabbing is awful. Why would you put it in the game? And it's so unreliable. And I'm aiming. I mean... Oh,
Box with a cross on it, anything.
so many frustrations. So we've got a golden
The Hunt
key.
team is ready for action.
Oh, I get to show you the best weapon in the game before we leave. And yeah, I know best weapon in the game makes it sound like a positive, but it's completely overpowered, and if you use it in multiplayer, you're a complete douchebag. And that's because it does damage at that range. Oh, let's get out of there. So, we can shoot it high and drop it down, and things just, well, die, kinda. Let's just head back, and I think I'm actually going to end the video now with my conclusions, and my conclusions basically come down to, I believe that this game kind of does what it set out to do, however, I don't believe it did it very well. I kind of feel like, if you was looking forward to a game like this, and you really want to get a game like this, then I would maybe go ahead and buy Serious Sam, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, or even the old Quake packs or Unreal packs, because they seem to do this except better, to be honest. Ow. There's a golden room key. I'm completely lost. I did tell you it was like a maze though, right? And it really is. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. So I wasn't paying attention for too long. This happens quite often. Well, anyway, I'm going to leave it here, guys. If you're after a challenge and just something to run through and shoot, then sure, go and pick this game up. It's only 10 quid or $15. If you was looking for a deep, old-school first-person shooter, then no. The performance is too bad, and the multiplayer I'll talk about in a separate video. I don't know. It just lacks quality, to be honest. And it pains me to say that. This is one of my most anticipated games of this year, so Apogee, why? Why? Don't forget to slap that subscribe button and like the video if you like the video, and I'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.